Hello, guys. We're back. I said I'd do it. We're going to finish it. Her Take, episode 1. This is going to be the third part of this little venture that we've been doing here. We've got about 24 minutes left in the episode. We're going to see what they have to say here. Let's get into it. You ready? Are you ready? They're talking about Sarah McBride, who is a trans representative, I believe. I don't really know much about her. I think she might be pro-Israel, but don't quote me on that. That's like the one thing I think I know about her. Let's see what they have to say about her, though. I can't imagine it'll be nice because she's trans.
The most important dinner. Kamala Harris was supposed to show up, but she couldn't. She had a scheduling conflict. So this was the person that was supposed to represent the campaign. And she spoke with Josh Shapiro. Like, she had top billing. And it made me deeply uncomfortable that she was feted as a hero. Everyone gave her a standing ovation. Like, this is some conquering hero.
Just because she was trans.
Just because she was trans. So I frankly left. I just couldn't.
Imagine so openly labeling yourself as a bigot. Take up any other issue with Sarah McBride that you may have, fine, but the fact that she is trans is just ridiculous. That is your own inherent bigotry causing you to feel this way. Like, you're a bigot, Lindy Lee.
And everyone is clapping and
like she was so uncomfortable she had to leave because people were clapping for a trans woman. Is that what I'm getting from this? Is that what I'm getting from this? She was so uncomfortable that she had to leave because people were clapping for a trans woman. I'm sorry. It's just when these are the people who try to call me like a sheep or like an NPC or whatever, like I can stand in the room when people are clapping for someone I don't like, for someone I viscerally disagree with. I don't need to leave just because people are celebrating somebody that I may have an issue with. And I also don't have an issue with anyone just because they're fucking trans, but that's a whole other thing. I did not know this woman existed before I started watching this fucking episode, and I wish I didn't. I wish I could go back to before I started this venture to when I didn't know who the fuck Lindy Lee was.
I've never understood gay pride. Now,
Bitch, I hate a bitch who's like, as a gay person, I've never understood gay pride. Like, motherfucker, then you don't need it, okay? Maybe you just didn't need gay pride, but there are people out there who still do. There are people out there who are still not out. There are people out there who still need. Like, do you know why we still have gay pride? Because it still should be celebrated. We are still fucking persecuted. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, there are still places in the world where it is illegal to be gay. Imagine hating a celebration. Imagine having this much smoke for a celebration that is literally just people being like, we're out and we're proud and we're happy to be who the fuck we are. Like, imagine having that much, like, disdain. You're so bothered by people celebrating who they are. They're always like, well, what about straight pride? Bro, if you want a straight pride, go throw a straight pride. I don't give a fuck. I think it's stupid. I think you don't really need one, but I ain't gonna stop you. If you want to go throw a straight pride parade, go throw a straight pride parade. I'm sure people will show up, okay? I'm sorry. It's just, I know where this is going, and I can't.
I never understood that concept because it's like, what is there to be proud of? I didn't accomplish this. I'm not ashamed of it. Yeah. I'm proud of a best-selling book.
Hey, Jillian, guess what? You are a gay woman who is still alive and living her life in 2025. You did accomplish something. Living as an openly queer person does, in fact, put your life at risk. I'm not saying that Jillian Michaels has ever been in, like, deep danger or anything, but the fact of the matter is, being openly queer, like, even if you're not trans, but you are still open and out, that is still dangerous. It is not as dangerous as it once was, but there is still a level of danger that comes along with that. Living as an out and proud gay person still brings along with it a level of danger, a level of risk. There are still people out there who hate you and will want to hurt you for it. It does not happen as much as it used to, but it does still happen. So yes, you did accomplish something. Because guess what? There are many people who did not make it. There are many people who were killed or who did have their lives taken prematurely in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I do think that it is something to be proud of, even if you are somebody who maybe did not grow up in a place that was necessarily hostile to just queerness in general. Like, maybe you didn't grow up in an environment that was, necessarily dangerous in that regard, but that doesn't mean that there isn't still a level of risk and danger that comes along with it. You never know. I'm not trying to make this out to be like, oh, all gay people should be afraid like all the time, because I don't think that's true. I do think that we live in a much safer society for gay people than we did maybe 50 years ago. But I don't think that we are 100% in a place where you are safe to come out in any way, shape, or form, no matter who you are. Like, there are definitely circumstances, and there are definitely people who still cannot come out, and there are people who still could be in danger if they did come out. There is nothing wrong with necessarily saying you're proud of being gay and you're proud of living. And I mean, I'm just talking about like I'm talking about like the like violent sort of events. I'm not even talking about stuff like AIDS. We have so many people who are no longer here because of AIDS. I do think it is worth celebrating that you are still here, that you are someone who is living out and about and proud and not hiding who you are. This idea that like pride shouldn't be a thing because you didn't accomplish anything with your gayness or whatever is false. You living, even you, Jillian Michaels, even you, still being alive and being able to do this show and being out and proud and open about it, this is not something that, you know, would have happened like 50 something years ago. Like, so for her to sit up here and be like, oh, I've never accomplished anything, you know, I'm proud of like accomplishing, you know, a book of blah blah blah, like, you're alive and there's so many people who aren't, so be proud of that.
Pride about what their identity is. So I think that gay pride actually made a lot of sense.
You do? See, I
mean, right now, I mean, I remember years.
God, put me in this room. I could fix them. Listen. Those other two, the Australian chick and Lindy Lee, lost causes, okay? The Australian chick, she may still see the light a little bit, but I'm not focused on her. Jillian Michaels and Anna, I can fix you two. You guys are so close.
I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on this, but I think what makes her different is she might be the first United States Congresswoman who's transgender.
She is.
I love how she said might have. I love how she said might have, like she wasn't sure. Like, she is. If we had had another openly trans Congress member, we would know. You would be able to name that.
What rights do gay, trans, lesbian people not have? If anything, they're more of a protected class than the average person. I make the same argument when people say, oh, there's so much misogyny and the women, they're so prevented from being able to have the same...
Man, no one asked you to out yourself as a fucking self-hating misogynist. You did that all on your own, baby girl.
So you sleep with women, you sleep with dogs, you sleep with, like, everybody's in there except the heterosexual.
I mean, intersex,
you guys don't have a letter. Where's the H?
And ally. No, there's ally. There's ally. So that is for the straight people. They
No,
are
I
part of
think
the
ally,
community.
isn't ally for asexual?
Oh, that may be.
Yeah.
Where is the H, guys? Where is the H? Justice for the heteros, says Jillian Michaels, a gay woman. I will say, Jillian Michaels, you didn't need to tell anyone that you were gay, okay? We all saw your outfit today. Listen, I would wear it. I'd rock it. I'm not even judging her. Listen, if I saw a lesbian at a bar rocking that outfit, take me home.
Wait, no, there's two A's now. There's two A's.
I love how she runs to her laptop to prove this point. Like, this bitch does not give a fuck about LGBTQ, like, plus community at all, right? All of a sudden, now she's gotta, like, prove that, like, no, but there are two A's in the acronym. But also, look at how, like, happy she is over here looking this up. Like, look at her. She's crouched into, she's like leaning into her laptop that is like, she is like inches from her computer with like a grin on her face as she tries to look up the acronym. You are a straight woman. Why do you care so much? Why is this so important to you? It matters not at all. This should not matter to you at all.
They add a new letter. It's like LGBTI.
It looks like a Wi-Fi clause card at this point. There's so many letters. It looks like a Wi-Fi clause card.
To that point,
real.
this is why the Democratic Party is doomed. Hold on. Let me just say one thing. I'm so sick and tired of this identity politics.
What the fuck? This is why the Democratic Party is doomed? Because of the LGBTQ acronym? I'm sorry, I was unaware that the Democratic Party was in charge of what letters are added to the acronym. I'm sorry, I was unaware that the Democratic Party dictated who was in the LGBTQ community. She understands that those are two separate things, right? That the Democratic Party and the LGBTQ plus community are two separate entities. Like, there's overlap, sure, but she understands that these are, like, not the same thing. The Democratic Party is an organized political party. The LGBTQ plus community is, a diverse, widespread, not organized group of people who just happen to fall under the same categories and have some things in common. She understands that it's not like a political party, right? I mean, I would love to join the gay political party. That sounds like a mess. I was gonna say that sounds dope, but I'm not gonna say that we would run this shit perfectly.
And it's just not just with the gays. It's also with like every single race.
She sounds like she's actually on the verge of tears. She sounds like she's genuinely distraught by identity politics and shit. She sounds really upset by this.
I kid you not. I hosted Joe Biden on May 1st. It was supposed to be a normal event, okay? But because I was Asian, they thought it would be a good idea to make Lindy happy by bringing in a lion dance.
What?
I kid you not. There's video of this.
What's a lion dance?
It's something
You just toss that out there. Not
lion
excited.
dance.
Is that like
Now you can't keep up with us. She's like LGBA password code lion dance. What the heck is?
Like, even they're like, what the fuck, Lindy? They're like, Lindy, what the fuck are you talking about?
Let me ask you a question. Do you feel like this acronym here embodies it? And you might have thought,
I would be fine with
wait, listen to it.
Okay.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender. Okay, that's where it should
Two-spirit.
end, right? We have queer, we have questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirit. What the heck is a two-spirit? Anyways, androgynous and asexual. And you
They went back to the fucking acronym. They went back to she couldn't help herself. She spent so much time looking up the acronym, she had to get it in there.
I would simply say, if you're going to do that, you have got to include heterosexual people in there. Then otherwise it's exclusionary by design.
You have to include heterosexual people in there. You have to. Jillian Michaels, what is your fucking deal?
There are so many MAGA gatekeepers, these very prominent far-right influencers, and I'm not going to name names, but they all know who they are. And when you convert to the right, they will destroy you.
I've not had that, though. Maybe I haven't necessarily converted to the right.
You're Jillian fucking Michaels, okay? You're untouchable.
That is so not true.
It's just true. You have this halo. But for someone like me and so many others,
Yeah, I don't think that's true. In the grand scheme of things, who the fuck is Jillian Michaels, man? Most people know her as like the exercise lady, right? She's not untouchable. But this bitch is getting jumped on the right because she's fucking Chinese and they're racist. They don't want you there. They don't give a fuck that you've been here since you were 3. They still see you as Chinese.
there is this person in the right-wing ecosystem who defamed me when I left the Democratic Party because she thought I was out for her lunch because I left the party. But it's the thing is,
That's a Gen X female thing, by the way.
It's significant.
Oh my god. Did they just say that's a female thing? Somehow this gets more and more miserable, and we're at the end. I didn't think it could get more miserable. I thought we were like in the clear,
Because she is one of the biggest figures on the far right, and I had to shell out money.
I want to know who she's talking about. Who's she talking about? Name the name. Name the name, Lindy. You're on the right now. You can't pussy out like this. This ain't the Democratic Party. This is the FAFO Party. The fuck around and find out. Drop the name, Lindy. Drop that name.
For a defamation lawyer, I was spitting out. I was coughing up blood. It was the worst period of my life. It was so difficult. And I'm just saying that, honestly, Republicans need to cut this shit out because the whole point of elections is changing people's minds and embracing them, not just.
Is there an alarm going off in the back? Okay, I'm not gonna sit through their outro. Oh wow, we did it. We made it through the whole episode, guys. I didn't think I was gonna make it. I really didn't. Closing thoughts. I had fun. I did actually have fun. This was more fun than I thought it was gonna be. I didn't expect Anna to be the reasonable one in the room. I'll be surprised if she sticks around, actually. From watching this episode here, Anna can still be pretty reactionary herself. She still falls victim to the sort of reactionary mindset, falling for right-wing bullshit and lies and whatever. But She's definitely more informed on a lot of these topics than anyone else at this table, including Jillian, who's supposed to be hosting. That's really all I have. Very weird. It was very weird. That's all I can say. It was interesting but weird. I don't know if I'll do another episode of this. We'll see what ends up happening, I guess. If people like this and they want more, then I'll do it. But this was definitely a lot. So if people don't like this, I'm not putting myself through this anymore. That's the episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. If you made it through all 3 parts of this, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below if you liked this, if you want to see more of these, if you have any other things you want me to sort of react to or whatever. Yeah, let me know. Have a nice day. Free Palestine. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.